So for a typical polynomial question kind of like this, where you're asked to find the shaded area in between the four squares here, what you really got to do is develop two polynomial equations and then subtract them from each other. So you also got to see multiple rectangles. So here I'm going to write rectangle 1, rectangle 2, rectangle 3, and then rectangle 4. And if I write the area of, and I'll just write R1, R2, R3, and R4, remember that is going to be equal to length times width, which in this case is going to be our x multiplied by x plus 2. And so we're going to FOIL this out now. And when we do that, it goes like this. So the x times x, and then x times positive 2. That'll give us x squared plus 2x. And this is going to be for each rectangle. And that's from R1 to 4. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get the area of the green side over here, because it itself is one giant rectangle. And so I'm going to write the formula for this here. And I'm going to write it in green this time. I'm going to say area, and I'll write it to the side. So area of giant rectangle . Okay, and that is also going to be equal to area equals length times width. And then in this case, the area is going to equal 3x multiplied by 5x minus 12. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve this one in the middle here so that you can see this a lot clearer. Placing this in the center over here, I'm going to do the FOIL. So I'm going to go 3x times 5x, and that's going to give me 15x squared. And then 3x multiplied by negative 12 is going to be minus 36x. Now we're going to add both of these areas together, subtract each of these. So now what we're going to do is we're going to subtract the larger area from the four smaller areas in order to get the area of the shaded region. And so the larger area, as we wrote before, so I'm going to write for shaded area, that's going to equal larger area, and put that in brackets, minus the four smaller areas. And that's going to get us the area of the shaded area. Okay, so once we've subbed in our brackets here, we're just going to gather like terms. So, and before I do that, this is going to apply to each of these. So I have to apply that negative to the x squared and the 2x. And then of course, once I simplify, this is going to become 14x squared, and that'll be minus 34x. And then this would ultimately be, right, that is our final answer over here. Okay.